Hello and welcome, basketball fans. We're here in New York City. A visiting 2006 draft class standouts will face off against the 2001 draft class. And our T-Mobile starting lineups. Here's a look. Now let's take a second to talk about the Sprite ice-cold keys to the game.
Man, oh man, Kevin, you talk about two deep, talented, imposing teams going face-to-face. Wow.
Now, this game should be a battle of titans.
That's right, and I think the keys to this game will be simple. I mean, share the ball. Be unselfish because each team has tons of weapons, plenty of guys who can score. Communicate. Make sure you're talking on offense and defense because you're not quite as familiar with each other. And then always, when you get between the lines, give it everything you got.
Let it all hang out.
Let it all roll. The interior D was lurking on that one.
Aldridge on him.
I think the defense was crowding him a little bit, threw him off some, so he had to fade just to get room to shoot, and then couldn't adjust.
Game with it. Takes it up. Rips it down with one hand.
Great pass into the lane. They'll take that one every time.
Randolph inside. Bargnani on him. From short range. Nice shot by Randolph.
That's a strong finish inside. That's where you want to work your magic, Kevin.
Pick by Bargnani. Off the pick. Off the screen. Almost a three-point opportunity. Instead, he'll go to the line for two. They get Paul Gasol.
Tough interior defense means not allowing easy baskets. Good foul.
Bargnani, shooting two.
And he makes the first one. Andrea Bargnani was the first European player ever to be drafted #1 in the NBA draft. And he's still trying to carve his niche in this league.
He is. He's extremely talented. A guy who has tremendous range. Like most European big guys, more comfortable on the perimeter than inside. But I think as he gets stronger, he'll be more comfortable in the paint area. But he's a guy who has to continue to improve the other areas of his game other than shooting. Rebounding and defending, I think, are two areas that he's got to continue to work on.
Good for the three-point play. Rondo with the ball. Pick by Bargnani. Aldridge was parked down low and got hit with the 3-second call. And here comes Arenas. Down low. Here's Gasol. Buries the short-range jumper. 5 points in the game. Rondo with it. Bargnani drops it in from 12 feet.
You knew that one was good as soon as he released it. That's cash money.
Here's Arenas, dumps it off. Here's Randolph, connects on the baseline jumper.
Even though it was early in the shot clock, that's an opportunity you can't pass up, Kevin.
Roy nails the easy jumper.
Just put the ball in his hands, Kevin, and watch him go to work. He's going to make something good happen.
To Arenas. Here's Wallace. Bargnani grabs the board.
I think the D left him unguarded on purpose. They gambled he couldn't hurt them from outside, and guess what? He couldn't.
Rondo with it. Aldridge down low, working on Gasol, and that one's good by Aldridge.
Your best bet is to deny him that position. Do your work early on defense. Once he gets inside on you, you've already lost the battle.
Coach Rivas calls for a timeout. Some adjustments for both teams. And here is Jefferson. And here is Johnson. He's covered by Roy. Johnson can't hit.
Ill-advised shot there. No question about it.
Here's Bargnani. Randolph grabs the board. Now Gasol. Knocked loose. The 06 draft class with the slight lead.
Well, Kevin, what can you say? They played terrific offensively. If I had to point out an area for improvement, it would be on the offensive glass. They need somebody to get in there, mix it up, and come away with a few extra possessions.
We've got a tight one at the end of one. It's 10-9. And here we go, ready for some more good action in the second quarter. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Cheryl Miller.
Well, I had a moment to speak with Randy Rivas, coach of the class of '01. He told me that he feels a faster tempo would benefit his team. He said this team has great speed, and if this turns into a high-paced game, they'll have an advantage. Get ready for a ride, guys.
Looks like we might have a barn burner.
More and more teams are playing up-tempo basketball, and I think it's great for the league. It's a fun and exciting brand of basketball to play and to watch.
And here is Okur. Jefferson's shot is off.
No, sir. It ain't that easy, son. Especially with a top-notch defender breathing right down your neck.
Brewer gets the bucket from 20 feet away. Here comes Parker. Okur, the screen. 6 seconds to shoot. Millsap's there. Perimeter. There's the buzzer, and that's a shot clock violation. Aldridge with it. Roy backs in. His first shot of the game buries the free throw line jumper. Sweet touch by the four-year man out of Washington. Jefferson, right wing. Hands it off to Johnson. Here's Parker. Dumps it off. Swing pass. Johnson. Marcus Aldridge grabs the miss. 2:30 left in the half. Roy takes a three. Parker snatches it inside.
Tough break there, Kev. He found an opening on the floor and got a nice clear look. Just didn't convert.
Chandler backs him down. The jump hook. Off target with the jump hook.
2 minutes remaining.
Brewer leads him with the pass. Hammered in by Farmar.
He's not the guy you would expect to compete in the dunk contest, but he can still throw it down when he needs to.
Coach Rivas calls a timeout. Both teams making some changes. Here's Parker. 1:49 left in the second. On the wing, Jason Richardson. Okur, the screen. Inside to Okur. Here's Jefferson.
Shocking how wide open he was. Even more shocking that he couldn't sink it.
Millsap down low, working on Okur. Tosses it up. Here comes Parker. Jefferson was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Here comes Rajon Rondo. 7-point differential. Here's Bargnani to Brewer, beyond the arc. And that one's good.
And that's great court vision, Kevin. Even when he was about to shoot, he was still able to spot the open man.
Coach Rivas signals for a timeout. Here's Arenas. 42 seconds left in the half.
An ideal time to go 2 for 1. Every possession counts.
Still looking for their first basket since the first quarter. Low block. Arenas kept alive. Here's Richardson. Can't stop the drought.
So far today, they're showing a little more effort and hustle. They've got a small advantage on the glass right now.
Here's Bargnani. Sinks it from the high post. He's got 6. Here's Arenas. Richardson misses the buzzer beater.
You know, the defense has really stepped up here to start this game. I like that. They came out ready to take care of business at that end of the floor. Solid defensive work across the board.
The 06 draft class.
Have been red hot offensively.
Yeah, but we've still got 2 quarters to play. Anything can happen. And that concludes the first half. The score, 21-9. Let's go to the T-Mobile halftime report. All right, let's look at the team stats. Been able to score so easy that it seems almost effortless.
Yeah, they're putting on a clinic out there, as you can see from their sky-high field goal percentage.
Andrea Bargnani has been fantastic.
Kevin, you know, it's pretty clear that he means business. I mean, he's focused, he's giving excellent effort, and he's really locked in on winning this ball game.
Hello and welcome back. We're glad you're with us. The NBA so many times comes down to a game of runs, and we'll see if a run here will turn this thing around as we get underway. Here's Arenas to Johnson. It's blocked, and he recovers the ball. Terrific D by Roy. Here's Gay. Gets in close. Gets the bucket and the foul. It's going to be on Zach Randolph.
Gay, shooting 1.
He completes the three-point play.
Kevin, you know, when you take a look at Rudy Gay, he came out of Connecticut after 2 years there, and you knew he was going to be an outstanding scorer, but this young man has started to round out his game. He's more polished offensively, and he's a lot better at the defensive end of the floor than initially thought, and he's also growing as a leader.
Here's Roy after Pau Gasol's bucket. Aldridge working on Randolph. Open look. Hits the front rim and in. He has 6.
This is what happens when the defense lags. Wrong guy to give an opening to.
Let's quickly go down to Cheryl Miller for an update.
Thanks, Kevin. During the break, I spoke with Randy Rivas, coach of the class of 01. Asked what he could try next, he said, find a new line of work. Other than that, he does have one priority. The other team is crashing the boards. He said that unless his guys start working hard on grabbing some rebounds, it's going to be tough to get a win. That's the latest from courtside. Kevin and Clark.
Thank you, Cheryl. Coach Gatson wants a timeout. Rondo with it. 2:50 left in the third. Here's Roy. Six seconds to shoot. Aldridge with it, defended by Gasol. They couldn't beat the buzzer. That's a turnover.
Violation. 2001 draft class ball.
You look at Gilbert Arenas, what a contribution.
He's really doing a great job of finding the open man, and he has his team working in harmony because of it. It's like he has a second set of eyes.
He is doing such a great job of distributing, Clark. How do you counteract that?
They need to put more pressure on the ball and to try to force him to give it up before he gets comfortable.
Here comes Arenas. Coach Rivas calls time. Here's Arenas. Deflects the pass, gets the whistle, and he'll shoot free throws.
Contact certainly altered that shot. The official was right on top of it.
Arenas shooting 2.
He knocks down the first one. Gets them both. Rondo with it. 2:16 left in the third quarter. Here's Bargnani. Drops it in on the layup. He's got 8.
That's where you're going to get the high percentage looks. Easy 2 there.
Arenas didn't realize that he was on the line. They'll turn it over. Rondo with it.
The idea now is to try to wear them down with full court man-to-man defense.
Bargnani hammered. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Zach Randolph.
Looks like a good call from here where I sit. Definitely some contact on that shot.
Bargnani shooting 2.
And he makes the first one. Gets them both. Here's Arenas. Picked by Randolph. Here's Johnson. Rebound by Brandon Roy.
They've really done a great job securing the rebounds, Kevin.
Yeah, they got the advantage right now, Clark, +5. Roy, right wing. Now Bargnani, defended by Gasol. Fires from 14. No good from Bargnani. And like we were saying, having more rebounds helps in so many ways.
Well, here with the lead, it's important that you eliminate second chance opportunities for your opponents and then get some of those yourself.
Here's Arenas. Oh, barely misses the shot, but he'll go to the line for 2.
Second team foul.
It's going to be on Rudy Gay.
Yeah, he wanted that three-point play. That shot came real close to going down.
Arenas shooting 2.
Can't sink the first. He's off on the second. Here comes Rajon Rondo. 15-point game. Lob to Gay. Inside. Graceful finish. He has 5.
Beautiful delivery with the bounce pass. He kept it away from the defense, which set up the shot perfectly.
4-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Arenas. It kicks high up and in.
He's been extremely active out there, and he has the stats to prove it. Terrific hustle.
Here's Rondo. Rebound by Wallace.
Well, Kevin, they need to crash the boards effectively here.
We're at the end of the third, and it's a double-digit game. The score, 32-17. Andrea Bargnani has played well. 10 points, 2 assists, and 5 rebounds.
Yeah, not flashy numbers, but his presence has definitely been felt out there. It's the little things, Kevin. He's getting them done.
All right, the fourth quarter should begin momentarily. Here we go, the start of the final quarter. We've seen a heck of a performance here, but there's always the chance of a comeback. Glad you stuck with us. Rondo with it. And you're right, they need to rebound more effectively if they want to come back.
They need to do that and make all of the small plays, the little things, the loose balls, 50-50 balls that don't show up in the stat sheet, yet put your team in position to win.
Here's Gay, offline. Wallace has picked up his first foul of the game. Well, this is one of the emerging stars in the NBA. Great offensive player in Rudy Gay.
Yeah, he really is terrific offensively. Long, athletic wing player that can shoot the three, getting better at taking the ball to the basket. And I really think, Kevin, he's got a chance to be an outstanding defender if he'd commit to that end of the floor.
He knocks down the first one. He gets them both. And here is Johnson. Wallace. And here is Johnson. Wallace. There's the buzzer, and that's a shot clock violation.
Kevin, they've got the edge here in rebounding. They're doing a good job of blocking out and then pursuing the basketball. That's good fundamental action.
Bargnani having a dominant impact in this game.
He's really been terrific all game long. It seems like every missed shot is ending up in his hands.
Is rebounding something you can work on, Clark, or is it just natural ability?
I think it's a combination. You can work on rebounding, but the very best rebounders do it naturally. They've got tremendous timing, excellent strength, and they're also very good second jumpers. They get off their feet quick, and then they've got a desire to pursue the ball.
The 06 draft class were the last to touch it. Here's Arenas. He has 6. Here's Gasol. Flushes it with the one-handed jam. Here's 4. 15-point game. In close. Nice shot by Foy.
He got a little room at the rim and laid it in. Great play.
17-point game. Coach Rivas wants a timeout. They trail by 17. 2:50 left in the game. All right, Cheryl, what do you have?
Well, guys, I had a chance to talk with Randy Rivas, coach of the class of 01. He wants his team to loosen up offensively. He said, we're passing on too many open looks. If you got a good look, take it. These are shots we can make. That's something most players don't mind hearing. Back to you, Kev.
Thanks, Cheryl. Here's Randolph. Arenas with the bucket.
This is a team that doesn't want to go away and won't go away the way they're shooting it here in the second half. I mean, they've really picked it up with their perimeter shooting.
They trail by 14. Six seconds to shoot. Here's Foy. Randolph grabs the board. Here's Wallace.
2 minutes remaining.
To Wallace. Deflected.
You have to play smart with the ball in your hand.
Millsap inside. Johnson's there. And that one's good. Millsap.
The defender was right in his face, but he used that to his advantage. That's an NBA move.
Wallace hits. Nice pass leading into the bucket.
Excellent anticipation there, Kev. He placed that pass perfectly.
Leads him in. Outside. Here's Thomas. Oh! Dunks it down with one hand.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
Aldridge is in at center. No good, and they don't get the three-point play.
A good job getting to the line here in this half. I mean, I think that speaks a lot to this team's fortitude. They were determined to get that ball inside and draw foul.
And here comes Arenas. 9 points in the game so far. Brewer with the ball. 5 points in the game. The 06 draft class should look to use some clock here. Aldridge with it. He's up against Gasol. The jump hook.
He hasn't really done much on the offensive end, but he's worked within the team concept to help them get the lead. He's done some other things other than scoring to help his team get the lead here.
Got the bucket and the foul.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
Bargnani is in at center. Good for the three-point play. Here's Foy. 34 seconds left to the fourth. To Bargnani. Hit his foot. And it's whistled a kick.
Red ball.
Aldridge is in at center.
Aldridge.
Brewer with the ball. Aldridge is screened. 6 seconds to shoot. Here's Millsap. Zach Randolph with the rebound. And here comes Arenas. He's got 9. Johnson cuts the score to single digits.
Just like they drew it up in practice, Kevin. Sweet dish inside.
Here's Foy. The 06 draft class win the hard-fought game as they outlast the 01 draft class 40-32. In recognition of his stellar performance, Andrea Bargnani is the Jordan Brand Player of the Game.
Yeah, he flat out owned the boards. He was banging down low, getting strong position, and reeling those rebounds in.
Well, that's it for us. On behalf of Clark Kellogg, Cheryl Miller, and me, Kevin Harlan, thanks for tuning in to NBA Basketball on 2K Sports.